Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians. My name still remains the same, Akinola Dipo Agbe, the National President of Civil Rights Liberty Organization. I'm a human rights advocate and a human rights defender. We've seized this opportunity once again to greet and to appreciate what the Inspector General of Police did during of our report that was carried out on the 23rd day of July 2020, of which we make a report to the Inspector General of Police in respect of police who dehumanized, tortured, and humiliated a lady in Oyo State at Ibadan on the 22nd day of July 2020. We do appreciate the effort of the Inspector General of Police that immediately he received the complaint, he swung into action and make sure he got the perpetrators arrested, and which of course we appreciate him and we give kudos to him. We always appeal to the Inspector General of Police not to relent in his effort to see that this type of attitude in the police is curbed. The excesses of the police should be curtailed. We are at the human rights, like as I've been saying, we do not tolerate any form of human rights violation of any kind. There are ways and manner that police officer should investigate matters. And we want to let most of the police officers knows one thing, that their job is not a personal issue. It is in line with the law of the land, and they are being guided by laws, and they are being guided by the Constitution. No police officer or no any law enforcement agencies or agent must take laws into their hands. They should not forget the fact that no one is above the law. If you commit any form of atrocities, if you commit any form of human rights violations, don't forget that the laws are there. And once you are caught, you'll be dealt with accordingly. You don't have any right. No law enforcement officer have any right to torture anyone or to personalize issues. You have the right to investigate, and you have the right to arrest and question. And in the form of your investigation, you don't have to be coercive in your investigation. You have to be friendly in your investigation. And you also have to make sure that that person that you are investigating also has fundamental rights, which is guided by the Constitution. We are appealing to each and every officers, either in the Nigerian police, in the military, or paramilitary, to please follow the due process in handling cases. Law enforcement officials shall not commit any acts of corruption. They shall rigorously oppose and combat all such acts. Law enforcement officials shall respect and protect human dignity and maintain, uphold the human rights of individuals. Law enforcement officials shall report violations of those laws, codes, and assets of principles to protect and promote human rights. All police officers' actions shall respect the principles of legality, necessity, non-discrimination, proportionality, and humanity. We have been appealing to the authority, especially to the Nigerian Police Authority, that our police officers also need more training. We at the human rights sections, we have been training the Nigerian police. We have been giving them human rights lectures so that to curb their excesses. And that is why in 2010, the Civil Liberties Organization waged war against police brutality. And that police brutality that we waged war against, it is not to remove the duties of the police from them. It is to curb the excesses of the police. And this is the paper that in 2010 that the Civil Liberties Organization waged war against police. And the brutality of any kind is not allowed. We want to use this opportunity to still appeal again to most of our officers. Human rights training to all police officers. Enroll in service training programs to understand your legal powers and their limitations. Remember that obedience to superior orders may not be invoked to justify serious human rights violations, such as unlawful killings, torture, unlawful arrest, bribery, and unlawful detention. Familiarize yourself with both internal and external complaints and report procedures. Report breaches of the law and human rights violations. The police shall provide for the protections of public safety and the rights of all persons. The police shall be an independent organ of the executives and shall be subject to the direction of the courts and bound by their orders. Every law enforcement agency shall be representative and responsive and accountable to the community as a whole. All police officials are part of and have a duty to serve the community. Members of the police force shall exercise their functions, powers, and duties as impartial servants of the general public and the government of the day. No member of the police force can participate directly in political activities. No member of the police force can be ordered or forced to exercise his or her functions or powers or deploy police resources to promote or determine any political party or interest group or such a party or group. The police force have the duty to uphold the right and afford protection to all political parties, persons, and organizations equally without fear or favor. In the exercise of his or her rights and freedoms, everyone shall be subjected only to such limitations as are determined by law. Limitations of the exercise of rights and freedoms shall be only those necessary to secure recognition and respect for the rights of others, and for meeting the just requirement of morality, public order, and the general welfare in any democratic society. I want to point and I want to talk about police bail. There is nothing called bail money. There is nothing called bail money. It is purely illegal and it is purely unlawful for any police to conduct himself in a manner that could tarnish the image of the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police, they are not debt collectors. They are not to request any money or any gift from any individuals. Bail money, there is nothing called bail money. I want to speak to the public. If any police officers is requesting any kind of money from you, it is called corruption. You can report such an officer to an higher authority, probably maybe in a divisional headquarters or in divisional level of the Nigerian police, you can still petition such a person to the higher authority like the Commissioner of Police of any state or to the Inspector General of Police. They have a provost section. There is nothing called bail money. You don't have the right to give any bail or any money to anybody in the name of calling it bail money. If any of your person is arrested or maybe is in custody of the police, you have the right to consult any lawyer, any law enforcement, any lawyer to come to your aid, or you have the right to consult civil society organization like the human rights organization. You have the right to consult anybody of your choice to follow you or to ask for the bail of that person detained. We have different types of matters and we have different types of criminal issues. We have misdemeanor and we have the capital offences. The misdemeanor offences is a bailable offence. It's a minor offences that can be bailed, that somebody can be bailed out of it within 48 hours or 24 hours. And if any police officer refuses to grant your person bail, you don't need to go and look for money. You don't need to corrupt anybody. You don't need to, because if you that are giving the money, automatically you are also committing an offence by giving that money to the police officer. And if you take any matter to police, and if any matter is assigned to any IPO and the IPO is requesting money from you, that you should please bring money for mobilization. Make sure you get to the DPO's office, inform the DPO or the DCO. If the DPO or the DCO did not give you that honor or did not listen to you, you can as well petition the divisional police officer to the higher authority. Nobody is above the law. You don't need to be scared. You don't need to be afraid. This is Nigeria, and we need to come together to make this country great. To make it great. Even the police can have problems. The police officers can also have problems, and they can still be coming to the human rights side for their assistance. They can as well look for lawyers to assist them for their matters. As a police officer, we don't expect any police officer to conduct himself in a manner that will bring change to Nigeria. Once again, I thank the Inspector General of Police for taking action immediately on our report. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you.